Welcome back to the second video on this channel. Today's the 4-1-2-1-2 second variant custom tactics, the narrow version you can see here. And this is probably one of my favourite formations in the game, probably my favourite attacking formation in the game. Because it's sort of a mix between balance and attacking. It's not too attacking, it's not too defensive either. But it's a very, very good formation. It's definitely the best narrow formation in the game. Honestly, I do really, really like it. Obviously, there's a downside, you don't have wingers. There's quite a lot of players you have to miss out on. But it still can be really good, and I do like the use of the diamond in the midfield. Let's get on with the custom tactics, guys. So defensive style, we're going to be sticking with balance for this. No need to use a press in this formation. Balance works perfectly, so we're going to stick with that. Save energy, it works really well. For the width, we're going to be using 40 to make it as small and compact as possible in the midfield. When you've got no wingers, there's no need to push the formation out wide. Obviously, you're playing a narrow formation, you need to try and stay narrow. If you're playing narrow and trying to play out wide, it's not going to work too well together. So keep it compact, keep it narrow, making it easy to defend with. 40 width, and then there's 70 depth. So as you, some of you may know already, 70 and above depth gets you an automatic offside trap, which works really, really well in this formation. So you want that automatic offside trap, push your defenders higher up, win the ball higher up, and play them offside. So that's why I recommend a 70 depth. For the build-up play, I recommend using fast build-up. Since FIFA 21, I've been using fast build-up with this formation, and it works so well. It still works so well. Passing you can around the diamond shape, so I'll see you can see here you've got the cam, the two centre mids, and the CDM. They do create a diamond shape in the midfield. That is pretty much your main point of passing around, holding onto the ball, keeping possession, and then waiting for one of the two strikers to make a good run in behind. So you pass it around that diamond shape, hold on to possession, wait for the runs, and then pass it to one of your strikers, which while using fast build up, it works really, really well to get the ball quickly around the diamond, get it straight up to your strikers as quick as possible, and direct passing just to help out of that. Passing pretty much as quickly as you can, making sort of forward runs to your strikers. So direct passing does help your strikers make forward runs in behind. It's pretty useful to have it on. I recommend using direct passing. For the width, I'm going with 42. The reason for this, once again, keeping it nice and compact. But if you go a bit lower than this, they sort of bump into each other. They're a bit too close to each other. So 42 seems like a good spot to go with. Not too wide. They're still staying compact, but not too close together either. They've still got enough room between them. Players in box, we're using 6 to help push players forward and get into the opposition box. Overloading the box is so important, which is why we're going with 6 players in box, but not too high, otherwise we're going to be open on the counter attack. 6 is the perfect width to go with. Corners on 2 and free kicks on 2. So for your player instructions, you want one striker on stay central and mixed attack, and the other on stay central and getting behind. I do recommend keeping basic defense support on. Sometimes I say use stay forward, but for now it's going to be using basic defense support, so they may as well help out when needed, because it can be quite useful sometimes. So yeah, you don't want them to drift out wide. You want to keep the formation narrow, keep its shape, which is the most important thing to do on a formation like this. Keep the shape, so keep stay central. Have one on mixed attack, so they drop slightly deeper and can give more options, and then one, make probably your fastest striker just on stay central and getting behind, making those quick darting runs behind, which works well with direct passing. For your cam, I recommend using a stay forward to help out the strikers and to keep the diamond shape, and also get into the box across to be overloading the box as much as possible. For your 2 centre mids, for these I recommend using balanced attack, well pretty much just balance everything to be fair, even cover wing, because sometimes cover wing can be useful when your fullbacks are joint up position. It can be quite useful for these 2 centre mids to drift out wide. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen when it's needed, and it can help. Because you've still got the extra CDM helping out. So 2 centre mids, both completely default. For your CDM, you want cut passing lanes, stop the opposition making through balls through to their strikers easier. Stay back while attacking, so they're staying back in the defensive shape, staying back in the diamond shape, not pushing forward. Normal interceptions, and cover centre, staying in the middle and not drifting out wide. 2 centre backs, always leave default. Fullbacks, I recommend using balanced attack and overlap. You need a bit of width, because having 2 fullbacks out wide, it just helps with more options really, isn't it? It's just extra options which you don't need to use. Sometimes it's still better to play in the middle in this formation, down the middle, but sometimes it can be useful and you can get crosses into your strikers, sort of mixing stuff up a bit. So I recommend balanced attack, normal interceptions, overlaps, then making sure they are overlapping runs on the outside, make sure that's overlap, and then stick to position. For the attacking runs, you can use stay back while attacking if you really don't want to be using your fullbacks at all. You want the extra defensive help. Personally, I use balanced attack, but it's completely up to you. See what you feel comfortable with. And lastly, for your goalkeeper, make sure you have comes and crosses on, so your keeper comes off his line more to defend corners and crosses. Makes a huge difference. And then you sweeper keeper, pretty much the same reason. Opponent challenging one-on-ones and loose balls easier. You're just going to win the ball easier. Once your goalkeeper has the ball, you're not going to lose it, so that's why it is best to do that. But that's pretty much everything for this formation. If you need to get anything down again, here's the tactics again. But that's everything for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe. It really helps me out. It's only my second video, and I've still got a long way to go. I've still got a long way to go. Couldn't even speak there for a second. But there's a link to my main channel as well in the description. That is just called Sebstar. So you can just search it up. This is on Sebstar Plus, which is pretty much just custom tactics and stuff like that. Main channel is more just fun FIFA videos, playing games, messing around, stuff like that. You can check it out if you want. I'll try and put a link in the description. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Have a good weekend and goodbye.